Why do liberals hate their own flag?
What the hell?
Living in America makes me want to throw up.
So unless you've been living under a rock, you've probably seen many Americans, specifically liberals, talking badly about America and how much they hate the country that they live in. So today I'm going to be reacting to a few of these videos and seeing what I think.
What the hell is this? I've never seen so many American flags ever in my entire life. I'm not confused about one country I'm in right now, but
Okay, so if you don't know, America just recently celebrated their 250th anniversary, and the 4th of July just passed, and I'm pretty sure this video was filmed before the 4th of July. So I don't understand why he's so shocked that a store would want to celebrate that and put a lot of American flags outside for that. I get if he was surprised because, yeah, he never seen that many flags, but why is this a problem? You should be happy that there's so much patriotism towards your country.
more kids at the Bass Pro Shops. Whoa. What the hell? I'm afraid to go inside.
You're afraid to go inside of a store because they have patriotism towards the country that you reside in. That's so, like, what? So basically, with that logic, anyone who has like an American flag outside their home, you'd be afraid to go inside their home because they value the country that gives them so many opportunities.
Sometimes I forget I really live in America.
Okay, who's we? Is she referring to just black people? Or is she like one of those weird people who say we when she's just talking about herself? And what do you mean you forget that you live in the US? How do you forget that? You wake up every day here. What are you talking about? You forget that. And that shows that this country is good. Let me explain why. If you have the ability to forget what country you in, meaning your life isn't so good that you don't even have to think about where you are. You don't have to think about how terrible your life's going because of the country you live in. Because some people have that life. Some people live in terrible countries, third world countries. They don't have a lot of opportunities that people have here. So they're constantly thinking about immigrating or going to a different country. You don't ever have to think about that because you live in one of the best countries in the world. You don't have to think about immigrating to a different country. You don't have to think about the lack of opportunities you have here because you get to forget that you even are here because of how much freedom you have. And you have a problem with people singing or standing up and acknowledging that freedom. Are you that lazy? Are you that lazy to stand up? Do you have that much disdain for this country? I'm not gonna blame her. In the black community, I guess we're taught to dislike this country and hate it from a young age. How slavery occurred, and don't get me wrong, those were horrible events. I'm not going to sit here and act like it was a great thing that happened in our history, but we also should acknowledge that there were people in America that were against those things. There were people who wanted us to be free. And also, a lot of our ancestors had the opportunity to go back to Africa, but they decided to stay here because they love this country. This is where they grew up. So if our ancestors, who were going through one of the worst things ever, decided to stay in the US, could have had the opportunity to go back to Africa. There was a ship. After slavery ended, there was a ship that was going to bring some slaves back to Africa, but there were slaves that refused to go. I forgot what the ship was called, but I'm going to put it on the screen. If they can deny that, and you, who has so much, like 1,000 times more opportunities than they did, can complain, that's weird. That's a problem. Shows how much privilege we have.
Living in America makes me want to throw up. ICE makes me want to throw up. Bigots make me want to throw up. Racists make me want to throw up. Pro-lifers who...
All right, first of all, if living in America makes you want to throw up, you can always leave. I mean, you're not forced to stay here. We don't live in one of those countries where you have to be here. There's so many different countries you can go reside in. That's an easy fix. Save some money. Go somewhere else. A lot of other cheaper countries you can stay. The American dollar is highly valued in a lot of places, so you can go move to a lot of other places. A lot of people say it's too expensive. No, there's a lot of countries that you can go stay in that are pretty cheap, even if you have a little bit of money.
Do not value life when it is already being lived. Make me want to throw up. Like, the gender binary makes me want to throw up. The patriarchy makes me want to throw up. Why doesn't it make you want to throw up?
Half of that was common sense. The gender binary, there's two genders, that's common sense. ICE, they're doing their job. They're getting rid of people who are here illegally. ICE is not going to come get you if you were here legally. That's why we support ICE here. Most conservatives support ICE because it's kind of common sense why we support. I don't even know why I'm explaining why we support ICE. Valuing life that has potential and will be born, not even just potential. 9 times out of 10, it will be born if you don't do anything to it, if you don't get that abortion. We value that. And what do you mean we don't value life lived? We do. The majority of conservatives are Christian. They value life. life, bro. Maybe he's talking about in terms of ICE, but we still believe that those people are human beings. We just don't think that they should be here illegally. I don't think they should die. I don't understand what maybe he's hearing like the very, very, very far right. Majority of conservatives like moderate. We're not that extreme. There are a group of conservatives that are really extreme that wouldn't even support people like me, but those people are so insignificant because none of the laws that they would support, like banning civil rights or bringing back segregation, that's never gonna happen. So, I mean, they're just wasting their time praying for something that's never gonna occur. So they're pretty much irrelevant. But what are your thoughts about these people talking badly about America but choosing to stay here? Do you agree with some of their points? Do you disagree with them? Put them in the comments. Tell me what you think about this topic. Some people disagree with me, some people agree with me, but I want to hear everyone's perspective regardless if you're neutral on this topic, you agree, or you disagree. And thank you for watching.